have given you the whole reference. Now I would like to come towards the technical definition of bid'ah, its religious sense or its jurisprudential sense. First of all, I'm going to quote the religious and technical definition of al-bid'ah. I'm going to quote on it Imam Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali. Imam Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali, a great Imam of al-Fiqh al-Hanbali, he explained the term bid'ah in his book Jami'ul Ulum wal Hikam. Jami'ul Ulum wal Hikam, published from Darul Hadith Qahira, and its page is 345. He is explaining the hadith, Iyyakum wal muhdathat, fa inna kulla bid'atin dalala. Now let us take the meanings of the hadith from the great muhaddiseen and a'immah. Instead of occupying our mind with our self-concocted and self-formulated thinkings, we should follow the great imams. What meanings they have adopted of these ahadith. So we will come in the details later, but taking the definition of bid'ah from him. So he says, kullu bid'atin dalala. Now you see, today, you can say half-baked scholars, half-baked, half-cooked scholars, half-baked, having no deep understanding of the sciences of Islam and considering themselves the sole authority on Islam, unfortunately. Just ask them how many books you have studied, how many books you have in your library, a single question. In order to comprehend the deen, being a student and being a teacher, there is a hell of difference between the two. A student may have only one book. He may have read 2 books. He may have read 10 books, 15 books, 50 books. He is a student. He has to learn. But a teacher who claims to be a teacher of the ummah and who is sitting and standing on the stage and giving the lecture of Quran and Sunnah as an authority, and he is speaking authoritatively on the teachings of Quran and Sunnah, particularly on very deep, complicated, technical, classical topics. Ask him, how many books you have in your library? This much office with 50 books? You have no justification to talk on these subjects. Totally unfair. Unless you go through thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of books to comprehend the knowledge given by hundreds and thousands of imams on interpretation of Quran and Sunnah. So Imam Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali, he says, wal muradu bil bid'ah, the meanings of bid'ah is ma uhdisa mimma la aslahu fi shari'a yadullu alayh. When you say kullu bid'atin dalala and kullu muhdasatin bid'ah wa kullu bid'atin dalala, and then you include every act, even celebration of Mawlid, even doing tawassul and intermediation, act of intermediation, even kissing the hands of the shuyukh and akabir, even going anywhere for ziyarah, even doing many other, even you can say celebrating the birthdays or many other acts. And you apply the word bid'ah on these acts. And you bring the whole concept under the cover of this tradition, that kullu muhdasatin bid'ah wa kullu bid'atin dalala, and then you say kullu dalalatin finnar. You take that person celebrating the Mawlid of Holy Prophet and put him in the hellfire. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. just because his act is not matching with your perception, with your self-concocted interpretation, which is not based on deep knowledge. And you are making him Jahannami and Bid'ati and Mushrik and out of the ambit of Islam. And you say any act, wrong interpretation. And you will see many Imams and scholars saying the same word. Any act which was not performed by Holy Prophet or the companions, that is Bid'ah. They take it in a general sense. Any act which was not performed in those days by Holy Prophet and the companions, so it is Bid'ah. And every Bid'ah will lead you to hellfire. That is totally wrong. Words are right of hadith of Holy Prophet, meanings are wrong. Holy Prophet never meant it. We will come to all these things. What does Holy Prophet mean? So he says, Al-muradu bil bid'ah ma uhdisa mimma la asla lahu fi sharia yadullu alayh. He says bid'ah is only that particular act which has no root or no evidence or no reference or no precedence, neither from Quran nor from Sunnah nor from companions. And asl, any root or evidence which has no root and evidence from the Sharia, which can be supportive to that particular act, only that act is known as bid'ah. وَأَمَّا مَا كَانَ لَهُ أَصْلٌ مِنَ الشَّرْعِ. Keep in view, he is not saying that that act which was not performed by Holy Prophet or which was not performed by the companions of Holy Prophet. Imam Ibn Rajab Hanbali has not defined the word bid'ah in these words. He is not saying the act which was not performed by the Prophet and the caliphs or the companions. No. This is not the definition. Or the act which was not performed or done by the Sahaba and Tabi'in, that is bid'ah. No, this is not the definition. Or the act or practice which did not exist in the time of Holy Prophet or the time of companions, Khulafa al-Rashideen, that was bid'ah. No. This is not the meaning, and unfortunately, this is the meaning which are being taught to the people from the stages, from the mosques, and from internets, and from other media of communications. Try to understand the meaning of bid'ah from the authorities and imams of hadith and fiqh. And I'm not quoting any scholar of India. I'm not quoting any scholar of our time. I'm quoting a great scholar of al-fiqh al-Hanbali, Imam Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali. The one who was the colleague of Allama Ibn Taymiyyah and Hafiz Ibn Kathir and Allama Imam Nawawi. The people of, the person of having the ranks of those people. He says bid'ah means any act which was performed, newly performed, and there is no evidence or no root in Sharia which can directly or indirectly support it, or which cannot be substantiated by any dalil. Asl. There is a difference between asl and fi'l. Fi'l is the act. And even if the act was not present in the Prophet's time, even that particular act was not performed by the companions. When you say you are celebrating Mawlid, they say, did companions celebrate the Mawlid? Somebody can ask in the same way, did companions build up very nice domes and minarets of the mosque as you do? Basic thing is not related to act. Act can be new. There's nothing wrong in the act being a new act. The thing which is required is if there is no asl in Sharia, no evidence, no authority, no reference, which can be inferred from the sources of Sharia, which support it, only then it would be known as bid'ah. وَأَمَّا مَا كَانَ لَهُ أَصْلٌ مِنَ الشَّرْعِ. And any act which has any asl, any root, any reference, any origin, any authority, yadullu alayh, which can be quoted in his favor, falaysa bi bid'atin shar'an,